There are several hot topics. This meeting was an invite to the entire city of Phoenix Springs. So whether it's a topic about the beach, whether it's the wonderful traffic at I-75 and Duluth Beach Road.
I'll watch them for you.
What are you gonna do about that?
Roads being built in our backyard and tearing down houses. The intent is to create a dialogue and understanding with the county. I apologize for the confusion that came out of the intent of this meeting. This is designed for a greater engagement between you, the city, and the county. And that's the intent of this meeting. We will find me, choke me, get my business card, send me a list of the topics you want to get on. We'll focus those in detail, and we'll try to keep it less general as this. But this is an attempt to respond so you have a better understanding as to our partnership with Lee County and all the other areas that provide services to you. So with that, do you have any opening comments before we get dive into this, David?
Look, folks, listen, we're all just like you. We're not robots, okay? We came here to do a good job and to listen. So please, work with us a little bit. I told you it's my first town hall. We're trying to, we came here to answer your questions. I want to do my best to help you. And I brought a lot of good people to answer your questions. So I know it's no fun to wait, but just let us try and we'll circle back. And if we got to do it twice, we'll do it twice. Just please be patient. Let us. Thank you. Let's pick a question.
Michael, we ready?
Let's get open.
Okay, Lori has a question. I have grave concerns about traffic on Bonita Beach Road, especially between the Racetrack gas station and the I-75.
All right, so we're starting right off with a good one. All right.
Let's get open, Rob.
So the county does not currently have plans to widen Bonita Beach Road. So I want to make that clear right now. We are working on access management to try to limit the amount of left turns that are happening from the side street. We are focused on that traffic signal that we're working with Midtown Bonita. We are coordinating with FDOT. I think a lot of your problems, based on my experience, is at the interchange. FDOT has a huge budget project called Moving Florida Forward, which is going to include improvements at several locations from Collier County all the way up through Lee County. And I know, much to our chagrin at Lee County DOT, their project basically stops south of Corkscrew. But I think the plan is to 8-lane I-75 between Bonita and Corkscrew Road. We're working with them to see how we can advance that and move it forward all the way further up to Alico and Daniels and Colonial as well. But that's all. I really think the crux of the traffic congestion issues are a lot of the side street turning movements and the interchange. So the interchange improvements are going to be critical to improving traffic flow on Bonita Beach Road.
So I think we have to follow.
Yeah, the interchange. That's the interchange improvements that I'm talking about. So when they widen Bonita Beach or widen I-75, it will include interchange improvements. So you'll see they'll be doing new reconfiguring of the ramps, the on ramps and the off ramps and the signals. I don't want to say for sure because I'm not exactly sure what the plan is, but it very possibly is going to be similar to the Diverging Diamond interchange, which is kind of the new interchange improvement that FDOT is installing. I will check their plans and we will communicate with the city folks and the council member, and he can get that information out to the public. I don't know the best way to do that, but if that Diverging Diamond interchange is the plan, which I believe it to be the case, I just need to confirm, it is going to be a huge improvement.
What year? Will we still be alive?
That's
So the question was an apartment next to I-75, how do they access that intersection?
So that is in the city. That is a city development. So I'm not really sure.
Midtown.
You're talking about the Midtown?
I'm sure that's what you're talking about. No, which ones are you talking about?
I think, yes.
Oh, yeah, the new one's going
Well,
on.
here's basically the issue. There are just shy of 1,000 apartments and residences being built on Beneath Beach Road and Beneath Grant, period. The concern is, one, the traffic light in front of Midtown, which is getting people for too long for what we have 252 apartments going in at the corner of I-75, and that, and we also have an issue with, another 180 units being built between that and City Mattress, in addition to the 400 at Midtown. So, I think the congestion problem is going to extend further in consideration as we move forward within the county, particularly along Benita Grande. When you came in on Benita Grande, you see the repair opportunities that are needed there. And I think that we gotta evaluate that because we have this fire station right here, protection of the community is very important. So we need to integrate that into our plans and moving traffic in and around Midtown, and specifically along that Benita Grande, Benita Beach area in addition. We as the city, I think, Arlene can correctly own the issue regarding access roads to get it to the light. That is an issue that unfortunately we as a city have to contend with. And each one of those developments were approved at different times and didn't incorporate formal access roads to move that appropriately.
Why did you not incorporate that in the planning committee?
So that's on the city. That is an issue that we need to go ahead and contend with. So,
Let's do one more. All right, let's, we want, other people have other questions. And
We have,
please, keep in mind, you can circle back with DOT individually after this meeting as well. I want to make sure we get the whole buffet covered and different questions and ideas that we may have on top of this first one. So, what's next?
okay, we have many questions related to the extension of Collier Boulevard. I know that that's been addressed, but someone's asking if Lee and Collier are on the same page. So maybe that can be addressed again and Lee and Collier coordinated.
It's easy, we just want to make sure we get the right person. We have talked to Collier County, I don't believe there's any interest. The city of Benita, Lee County, and Collier County, none of us have it on our long-term plans. So for, as the commissioner said, we have a 30-year plan, it's not on there for the county.
Dave, do we want to address the study, the feasibility study that the MPO is
Yeah,
undergoing?
why don't you touch on that?
Okay.
For the county, we have
Yes.
nothing for 951.
So-
There is no plan, no discussion. We have a 30-year tier plan. It's about $4 billion, and that is not contemplated, I'm sorry, that is not contemplated at all.
So I want to be upfront. So the MPO, the Metropolitan Planning Organization, which is a board of elected officials throughout the county, and includes the county commissioners and several council people from Benita, Estero, Fort Myers Beach. They are doing a feasibility study. So there's a need for, there's congestion. I think everybody recognizes there's congestion. There's a need for additional north-south capacity somewhere, somehow, between Benita and Corkscrew, somewhere, somehow. We don't really know where, parallel to I-75. The feasibility study that is being performed is like a $90,000 study. I mean, Dave just told you guys, a project of this magnitude is like a $4 billion construction project. Nothing is in the financially feasible plan, nothing is in the long-range plan right now. The MPO is simply looking at it from a standpoint of, is it something we need to consider adding back into the long-range plan? It was once there, the study had moved forward to a point where we were in preliminary development of the project, and it died on the vine. So there is no project. It simply is a feasibility analysis that the MPO is looking at as to whether we should look at putting it back on in front of the elected officials to discuss it.
We encourage
encourage you to move it forward. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, fine.
There are a couple of,
Hang on.
sorry,
Hold on.
just one second. We have quite a, sure. We have quite a few questions that are directly related to city decisions and city business. I think one that might be imperative for y'all here is the Morgan Boulevard and Terry Street. So we do want to make sure we address that one. I'm sorry, Morton, sorry. We did, if, Mike, can you read your question? Because there's several of these questions.
Left turn lane on Terry heading south on Imperial needs to be revamped and extended as traffic needs to flow more easily. What are our plans for that?
Hi, I'm Matt Feeney. I'm your Public Works Director and Assistant City Manager. The answer is we're at 90% plans to add a southbound turn lane on Terry Street to southbound Imperial Parkway. The project is in permitting, and we are waiting on a Army Corps permit, which can take time, but probably in the next 2 years that'll be constructed.
Next question. What are the major Lee County issues that will impact us in the next 5 years?
Let's fix the ones that are here now.
Yeah, did you submit the question? They're gonna add a turning lane. I would not like to speak for the county, but I would share, many of our shared goals are the same. Flood mitigation, transportation, natural resources, but I'll let them expand. But we have actually many of these same shared goals.
No, so I would agree. I mean, we say, well, what do you think is going to happen in the next 5 years? Well, a lot. But but we're going to work together to solve and connect all these connectivity issues together. So in general, I think the communications and partnership and transparency is what's important, right? Like I ran to do the job that I'd wanted to vote for somebody to do when they got the job. So we're trying to coordinate these issues. I will tell you, roadway permitting, as much as I try to work with Rob, it's tough to be patient with roadways. It is a more difficult labyrinth of permitting and design and studies that drive me crazy because I'm a used to make it happen kind of person, and there's just a lot of moving parts to these roadways. I'm trying to find ways to accelerate things. I brought up at our MPO meeting a couple of months ago. We were presented with a idea for Bonita Beach Road south of Old 41 to Bonita Beach Road, right? That section that's 2 lanes right now in the industrial area where the tomato farms and all that. So they said they want to put together a 4-lane road, right? And another bike path and such. And it's going to be 5 years from now till this process can evolve. So I asked the rookie question. I'm like, can you just tell me how much a change order or a price would be now to make it 6 lanes up front? Like, because by the time we get to 5 lanes, or 5 years from now, we're going to need it to be bigger than we need it now, right? Like, that would make sense?
Yes.
Right? Well, I found out somehow through this process, and Rob can explain this to a little better if I put him on the spot a little more, but there has to be a need to buy the extra 10 feet on either side ahead of time to have the lane, to have the real estate, to take it from somebody's land, eminent domain, to seize the land, to have the permit, to build the road, to get all those steps done. And you have to need it now to take it tomorrow. It's not you can't say, I want to take it now for 5 years from now, step, right? So I was really frustrated. I'm telling you, I'm just like you. I was really frustrated to hear that. I don't know if there's a plan B or plan C, but we do talk to FDOT every week. We have very good communication with them. They meet with our DOT every week, and I will tell you, this guy right here knows this county in every intersection from every angle, like the back of his hand. His operations center has a wall of TVs, like 32 across. I mean, it's incredible. But they can tell you every lane, every signal, every direction, every road in this county. And if the second to the left turn lane signal is 10 seconds late, he can fix it, and he does. So we're trying to accelerate these things. I don't know what Benita, maybe if we lobby together and we say we want to